What's up, Waluigi? Trent from Trentendo here. Hogwarts Legacy has been out on Nintendo Switch for a couple of days now, and a lot of people are asking, is this game worth picking up on Nintendo Switch? And I'm here to tell you whether or not that's the case. In my opinion, after spending a couple of hours, actually a little bit more than a couple of hours with the game at this point. So before we hop into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video so you guys are kept up to date with everything going on here at Trentendo. Let's see if we can get 20 likes on this video. It really does help, I appreciate it. And without further ado, let's hop right into the discussion of if Hogwarts Legacy is worth it on Nintendo Switch. So I thought the best way to kind of do this is let's just boot up the game. Let's hop right in and talk a little bit more about this. Now, as you can see, I'm already in. We are actually on a broom. Last time I booted up this game and did a full review of the game, we would not have unlocked the broom. So I thought we could kind of showcase that a little bit here as we talk a little bit more about, is this game worth it on Nintendo Switch? Now, to kind of answer this question, I think it's important to think about, a couple other of questions as well. Before we hop a little bit more into the performance of it, the first question that I feel like we have to ask ourselves, and ask yourself really, is this the optimal way to play Hogwarts Legacy? To that, the answer is no. This is not the best way. This is not the most magical way to play Hogwarts Legacy. If you have a PS5, if you have an Xbox, if you have a PS4 or a PC, those avenues are much better suited to playing Hogwarts Legacy. Now, that being said, the Switch version is still a serviceable and a fun way to do so. So if you do not have an Xbox, if you don't have a PlayStation, if you don't have a PC that's going to be able to handle, the GPU and the CPU of it, the Switch version is excellent. It still runs well. In my opinion, I still think it looks okay. Now, it does not look like a PS5. It does not look like the PS4 or Xbox, but it runs well. It runs well enough, in my opinion. And if you are a Switch owner, I think you kind of understand what the Switch is at this point, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed with how it runs. Now, the second question, after that, because I think, like I said, I don't think this is the optimal way to play it. I have played this on the Steam Deck, which is also not the most optimal way to play it, but it is more, it is a little bit better than the Nintendo Switch. The second question I think you want to ask yourself is if you're a huge Harry Potter fan. Will I like this game or not? Because I think there's a lot of people out there who either are Harry Potter fans, so they're going to pick it up simply because, hey, it's Harry Potter, it's Hogwarts, I'm going to be getting it. But I think there's a lot of people out there as well that, maybe they didn't grow up with Harry Potter. I grew up with Harry Potter extensively, reading the books, watching the movies. So, I was going to pick this up day one. But if you aren't a fan, how does the game hold up? Is it fun still? Do you have to be a Harry Potter fan to enjoy this game? To that, I actually say I don't think you do. Now, I think it helps tremendously. I do think that it'll make a big difference on how much you could enjoy the game, but I don't think it's going to be like a deal breaker. I don't think you're not going to enjoy the game if you didn't enjoy Harry Potter. There's so much to explore. I mean, there's so much charm and detail in Hogwarts, even in the Switch version that is, smoothed over and kind of tweaked a little bit more. I think that you still would enjoy this game. Now, it's a fun story. It's intriguing. They did a very good job with the narrative, and it's interesting in the way too because not only is it well before the Harry Potter, so you don't have to know anything that has happened in any of the Harry Potter movies to know what's going on in Hogwarts Legacy. It's a totally new story. It's totally alone and by itself in that regard. So that lends itself to being, I think, enjoyed by a larger group of people than just you have to be a Harry Potter fan. So I think, at the end of the day, as we kind of take that into account, those two questions, I think, are probably the biggest questions that you have to ask yourself. Is first, if you have a different way to play the game, that is probably the optimal way. As a Switch Nintendo channel, pretty much, I was going to pick this up to see how it runs. I'm going to play it and enjoy it. But it hurts me to say it still is not the best way to play the game. And I think that we all knew that going into the game in the first place. We're not going to get the same output from the Switch as the PS5. And then secondly, if you are a Nintendo Switch fan or a Harry Potter fan rather, that will affect how you enjoy the game a little bit. But I don't think it is the end-all be-all. I think anybody can really enjoy this game. The narrative is very good. So then the last kind of question you have to ask yourself is how, assuming you're a Switch fan, and assuming you're going to pick this up on the Switch, obviously, right? How are you going to enjoy this game? Are you going to enjoy this game docked mode or in a handheld mode? Because that actually is going to change a couple of things as well. So first off, as you see right here, we have been playing in docked mode, obviously. I think the dock mode holds up pretty well. It does not, like I said, I think the thing we have to keep coming back to is that it doesn't look like a PS5. But if you look at it, it actually looks okay for a Nintendo Switch. And I think that we kind of fall into that trap as Switch fans as well a lot of the time with some of these third-party games, as we give it a pass a little bit. But, that being said, I think as we end or get closer and closer to the end of the Switch's life cycle, hopefully we kind of see that philosophy and that mindset stop a little bit, and with developers as well. And I don't think that's an Avalanche issue as well. I'm just thinking this is just generally speaking, that we think of things as, the Switch version will be like this. And so I think that this is an okay game for that, though. We don't have to really be too worried about that. So, it does change the experience a little bit between docked and handheld mode. So like I said, it is smoothed out a little bit. You do see some more cut in, some more pop in, especially like if we walk towards some of these trees. Let's see if we can, let's get on a broomstick. I can't do it, I'm falling. Let's get back on our broomstick. You can kind of see, some of the tree leaves change. You'll see some more stuff pop in a little bit as we get closer to it. But it's not like game breaking, it's not experience breaking. It will be okay. So I think in dock mode, you're gonna get a little less of that though. If you wanna enjoy this in handheld mode, as I said, I think it holds up. We'll throw some footage up here as well, showing you what it looks like in handheld mode. We did run a little test to kind of see what it looks like, and it does look a little less impressive in handheld mode. I think as far as trying to understand what is the best way to and the worst way to play this game, the best way obviously is in a PS5, and the worst way is going to be in handheld mode. Now this footage is from the Switch OLED, so this is probably one of the better ways you're going to be able to see it. From what I understand though, the Switch Lite and the Switch version are going to perform something. Like, there's no difference between the hardware of any of these systems. It's just simply what the screen looks like essentially. So I think, at the end of the day, if running handheld mode, it's not optimal, but it works well. I think that if you have not had a chance to play this game, if you don't have a PlayStation, if you don't have an Xbox, if your Switch is your console of choice and you're a Harry Potter fan or not, I think that this game is worth it. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give Hogwarts Legacy a thumbs up and say yes, the Hogwarts Legacy Switch version is indeed worth it. Now, again, I think this comes still with a couple of caveats, than the fact that you haven't had the opportunity to play this game, and that the Switch version is going to be one of your main ways to play this game because you don't own one of the systems, or if you just simply want to be able to take it on the go. I think it still holds up well in that regard. Like I said, it's not the most optimal way, but it's still serviceable. It'll get the job done, and I think that if you pick up this game, Harry Potter fan or not, I think that you will probably enjoy it. It's a fun game. It's a fun RPG. It's a fun narrative, and like I said, it's not Harry Potter. It is in the world of Harry Potter, but it's kind of taken away that aspect, which is nice, I think, for a lot of fans. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'd love to hear your guys' comments down below. What you think? Is this game worth it on Nintendo Switch? Kind of taking in all those things to, perspective. I think that yes, if this is your chance to play this game, I think it's worth it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video so you guys are kept up to date, as I said, with everything going on here. We'll talk more about Hogwarts Legacy. We're going to keep playing it. We've been playing it on some live streams. We'll keep playing it there. And we're going to continue to talk tons of Nintendo Switch news. So if you're a Nintendo Switch fan, you're not going to want to miss out on any of the stuff that we're going to be covering, because especially as we get closer and closer to that Switch 2, which I can just feel coming around the corner here in a couple of months. So hope you guys enjoyed. Looking forward to hearing those conversations and those thoughts down below as well from you guys on your thoughts about, is this game worth it for Nintendo Switch? So until next time though, catch you later.